Well, I just thought that was a heck of a game tonight. Two really good teams, kind of throwing punches back and forth. I'm really proud of my guys. I thought we were ready to play. Guys were excited about playing in this environment, this atmosphere, which is obviously one of the best in the conference. We got off to a great start. I thought we had a really good first half. Our defense was locked in, holding them to 19 points, which is not easy to do. And then we were really functioning well offensively. And then in the second half, give them a lot of credit. I thought they came out, which you knew. I told our guys at halftime, our energy had to be even better to start the second half. And really, I thought the game was lost the first 4 minutes of the second half. We had an 18-point lead there. You have a real opportunity. We had talked about winning that first 4 minutes. And, they came out and hit us with a 10-point run. I think I called a timeout there before the 16-minute. And I said, guys, we had given up 19 the whole first half. I think they had 12, in the first 3 and change minutes. So it really allowed the crowd to get back in the game. They went small and really spread the floor, kind of changed what they were doing. I thought we were doing a pretty good job guarding the spread and some of their actions. And, to give them credit, they went to a small lineup. They just basically scrapped it, opened the floor, and just started driving the ball. And, we had a real hard time with Shannon in the second half. He's such an explosive athlete. We could not stop him from getting to that left hand. When he gets left, he's really tough to stop. And then he made a couple of those, really deep step back threes, which, you got to live with that, an athlete like that. So give him credit for playing a great game and give them credit for coming all the way back. But their crowd really helped them down the stretch. We had our chances. We missed a free throw. I thought had a pretty good defensive possession there, down one. We got Hawkins. I think he shot about a 30-footer. Which was, and then we just couldn't get the rebound. Ball went out of bounds. It was their ball. We had to foul. And then we obviously tried to get Boo with some space on that next possession and give them credit. They kind of got in there and made him take a really tough shot. So proud of my guys. We're going to keep fighting. This is a tough league. You play really good teams, and I think the key is you got to get ready for the next one, win or lose. And certainly give Illinois credit for a great win tonight.
Okay, we have mics on both sides of the room. Just raise your hand. Right there.
Boo really went nuts in the first half. Did you come into the game knowing that Illinois, the way they defend and kind of don't help as much maybe as other teams? Did he kind of see that and you say, hey, just go get what you can?
Well, we tried to adjust. They do a good job. They really try to bully over screens, and we tried to really talk to our guys about setting the screens, so that maybe he could get a little bit of separation. He was making shots. He was getting to the paint. Obviously, he played great, not only in the first half, but I think 22 in the first, 13 in the second. So, 35 points on the road, is a heck of a night, if you ask me. I think, we just tried to run some things that we thought might work. We made shots in the first half, which made it look good. I think we had 8 threes at half. We only hit 1 in the second. So, we ran a little cold there, and we could never really get complementary scoring. Boo had it really going, but we couldn't get Chase going tonight. Give them credit. I thought they guarded him well, forced him into tough shots. We couldn't get Tyberry going. Couldn't really get our bigs, or Brooks played well, 11 and 6 off the bench. But in order to win on the road against really good teams, you gotta have balanced scoring. You can't win with one guy doing it all, and we just weren't able to help him out from the scoring perspective, especially in the second half.
Jeremy.
You mentioned Shannon going left. What makes him so difficult to stop, even though that's kind of his strength?
6'6", about 225 pounds with quick twitch explosiveness. He's just a heck of a player, and he's strong and quick. And, I think what happens too is if he's making that step back 3 going right, you have a tendency to kind of, they were running an action where they get him going right, and then he was bringing it back to his left hand, and we just couldn't cut him off. I thought the last time we finally did, we got him going right, and that's when Coleman, got at the end of the game, he got the long 3 that he missed. But he's just a great talent. We were trying. We have a good defense. That was definitely a game plan, was to get on that left. And but sometimes, even when something's coming, it's hard to stop.
Right here to the right.
Hey, Coach. On that last play, what was the goal what was the shot you were trying to get with Boo, or are you just put it in his hands?
Yeah, I mean, we had it was a little bit similar to kind of what we did in the Indiana game. You know, we obviously everyone knows as Shannon likes getting left, Boo's pretty good when he can get to his right hand. So, you know, we tried to get a little bit of movement. We were down 2 there. We kind of ran up. They did a good job. We were going to kind of slip out. Robbie ran up, and he was going to try to slip out and give him a chance to kind of get to his right hand. You know, make a play, and I thought they collapsed well. He kind of got off balance a little bit. And didn't get a great clean look. I'd have to look at the film to see if our guys did a good job of kind of playing off of him and making themselves available. But yeah, I mean, we were trying to give him space to get by his man and then make the decision, either the shot, the floater, but didn't want to settle for the 3. You know, we were only down 2. We didn't need to. Wanted him to create, and then if the 3 was there off penetration, we would have certainly taken it.
Chris, it looked like Harris defensively made a few big plays down the stretch. What makes him effective on that side? They seem to go to him a lot.
Yeah, he's long. You know, he's long. He's got good size. He wants to, you know, play on that end. He's aggressive. You know, he really takes pride in that end of the floor. You know, and I thought he did a good job of, you know, trying to do his best. I mean, the guy's still got 35, so I mean, he did a good job. But you know, I think he did a good job making him work and kind of putting his body on him and getting into his legs a little bit. But he's a terrific young defender, and I just he plays really hard. You know, he's got a good spirit to how he plays.
Right here to the left.
16 threes in the first half, only 5 in the second half. What kind of factored into that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of what the game was given. You know, I think they did a good job of kind of pressing up on us. I mean, they're physical defensively, they're long, they're athletic. I think they were kind of forcing us to drive the ball, you know, and our guys were doing it. You know, we just didn't come up with a lot of points out of it. You know, I thought, you know, our Ty drove in there a few times, Chase, obviously Boo. You know, we had Brooks was able to get into the paint, but I think they just did a really good job in the second half, not really overhelping on shooters and, you know, making us drive the ball. They're a good shot blocking team. So they funnel you into length, and you know, they make it hard around the basket there in the second half. I thought they just did a good job closing up the 3-point line. First half, I thought our spacing was good. I thought we shared it. Probably didn't move it as well in the second half as we got a little bit tired and weren't cutting as hard. If just watching on the naked eye, I thought our first half we had a little bit more pop to our offense and had them chasing a little bit. Second half, thought we got a little bit stagnant. You know, and I got to do a better job helping the guys with that.
In the back row, Coach.
Coach, can you talk a little bit more, piggybacking off of that question, just about the lack of ball movement or just 7 assists on the day? You know, you usually see more than that. And then also, can you talk more about, you know, usually we see the defense step up if the offense can't really get things going. Why, you know, that might have not been such a big factor that we've seen previously.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought sometimes, you know, guys I thought they played really well in the second half. You know, so a lot of times, you know, are there things we could have done better? You know, absolutely. But, you know, I thought their energy, I just thought the first 2 minutes, it allowed the crowd to really get into the game. You know, I thought they fed off that, the emotion of the crowd. They spread us. I thought they got by us off the dribble, which broke our defense down a little bit. You know, and then offensively, again, I agree. You know, I didn't think the ball moved as much. I do think it was kind of a game, though. I mean, they only had 6 assists. So, I mean, we had sometimes games, like we said, they did a good job of kind of forcing our guys to drive and make individual plays. Kind of the same thing happened, I think, with them. You know, although I wish we would have made maybe Shannon pass a little bit more. You know, maybe that would have been better if we had somebody else shoot the ball. But I just think it was one of those games. I think both teams are very good defensively, you know, and I think our defense kind of showed out in the first half, and then they did a really good job in the second half holding us to 25, and they really attacked us, and we gave up 47. It's like the tale of two halves, obviously, and they just made, you know, one more play there at the end to beat us.
Todd?
Yeah, Chris, you mentioned the tale of two halves. The last 3 games, you've given up big leads at half. Is that a concern going forward, or is that just kind of ebbs and flows of the college basketball season?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to the guys about that, you know, having a little bit more urgency. Certainly Indiana, we were in the same position. We were just fortunate to win the game, you know, at the end. I think part of it is who you're playing. I mean, I think we're playing pretty good teams, so it's not easy to beat Indiana or Illinois by 30 points, you know, and especially on their home floor. You know they're going to make a run. You know, did we get a little bit fatigued, tired? Maybe so. You know, our guys log a lot of minutes, but, you know, we don't have a lot of depth. We have a couple injuries, so we don't have a lot of depth. And and our guys have been logging minutes all year. So it is something now, 2 games where, you know, we've had a stranglehold kind of on the game and have allowed the team to come back. I was less concerned about this one. At home, it's a little more concerning when it happens at home. But, you know, in this building, I think we've seen that, you know, quite a few times. I mean, it's a tough place to play, and I actually thought we did a pretty good job after they hit us with the initial burst. We got it back, you know, to 12 or 14 there, and then give them credit. They came storming back. We just couldn't match them offensively in the second half. We just could not get the stops, and then, you know, once Boo kind of, you know, he had 13 in the second half, but we couldn't really get anybody else going, which made it hard for us.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you guys.